Today we're testing out Artlist's new image-to-video model to create product videos like these. Alright, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name is Thomas and I create videos about AI and product photography and everything in between. Now this video is all about Artlist's new AI image-to-video model. Now for a while I've been trying to experiment with AI tools in order to create product photos, and if you're interested in this workflow you can check this video out. But lately I've been trying to find a tool that could generate product videos from a single photo. Now when I started to see a lot of videos popping up about Artlist adding an image-to-video feature, I got interested because I already use Artlist for sound effects, music and other stuff. So this was just an added bonus that I could test out right away. So here's a quick rundown of the new image and video AI tools within Artlist. So apparently you have this option to either choose text to image or image to video. For the text to image option, you have predetermined presets that you can use, like studio photography, macro lens, and so on and so forth. But I'm interested in this image to video option where I put in one image, a prompt, and then the final output would be a video that I can use or maybe even sell to a client. I noticed that with the Artlist plan that I currently have, I have 5,000 credits to use in this image to video model. So that's not a lot since one generation uses 500 credits, which means that I have basically only 10 images that I can put in before my credits are gone. But I wanted to test it out and see how accurately it could generate good quality videos just based on one image. So I picked out a few different style of photos in order to test what you can and can't do with the image to video model within Artlist. Now when you upload your image to Artlist, it gives you a predetermined prompt suggestion that you could use to animate your image. I noticed that almost every time when you upload a product photo to this model, it tries to suggest that the product should be floating up in the air or something along these lines. I don't know why it does this, but you can of course put in whatever prompt you want instead of the suggested one. Starting out, we have this photo of this Icelandic energy drink standing on a beach. And I wanted the camera to slowly push in towards the energy drink while the waves hit the beach in a dramatic way with birds flying around in the background. And this is the result it came up with. And looking at the result, I'm quite satisfied. The waves in the background are hitting the beach quite naturally, and the main text on the can is completely fine. Some of the smaller text is a bit weird looking. And if you look at the birds, there are some warping going on. So we'll give this a 6 out of 10 to start off with. Now, this next one is quite cool. It's actually not a photo that I have taken. It's an AI version of a photo inspired by Ivan Naka. So props to him. And if you don't know who he is, then definitely check him out. He does amazing product photography content on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And for this one, I wanted the camera to spin around the burning cup and pile of strawberries. And I have to say, I'm really impressed with the quality here because nothing really falls apart. The strawberries look real, the camera movement is good, the smoke and sparks rising from the flames is on point. So really impressed with this one. We'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's also worth noting here that for these generations, I used the 5-second long option and the 720p quality because I wanted to get as many generations as possible with the credits that I had. But with this tool, you can also generate 10-second long videos in full HD quality. Alright, moving on, we have this shot of the shampoo bottle floating underwater that I created a couple months back. And for this one, I actually used ChatGPT to generate the prompt that I then put into Artlist for the final output. So AI creating for AI that then puts out more AI. Yeah. Now looking at this video, it's a bit unnatural because the bubbles don't look real. They kind of float in a weird way that doesn't really make any sense. But otherwise, if the bubbles would be accurate, I think this video would work quite well because even though the small text is maybe not exactly right, the main design of the bottle and Head and Shoulders logo and everything is intact. So quite usable, but because of the bubbles, we're gonna give it a 5 out of 10. For the next one, I wanted a leaf to cover the frame. to start off and then reveal the scene behind it that was the yellow bottle between the pineapples and the leaves in the background. Now that failed completely and it didn't understand that at all, so I'm wondering if it actually uses the image as the first frame of the video and then you can prompt whatever you want to happen. So as you can see, it didn't recognize the leaf in the beginning, but it did recognize the lizard from the prompt, and in this one the lizard kind of spawns in from nowhere and the text on the label is quite off. So this was a failure. We'll give it a 2 out of 10. Most of the movements in the video so far had been quite slow, so I wanted to try out if you could get like a quick zoom in to the product. But apparently that was a bit too difficult because for this one, when I asked for a quick zoom in, it simply gave the same quite slow zoom in move that it had done before. But the quality of the label and video is alright, so let's give it a 6 out of 10. Now this one was quite interesting because I asked it to just zoom in on the can while the waves and the lighting in the sky is moving in the background, but then for some reason it actually animated the lightning strikes on the label itself, which was quite cool. So this is a surprising 8 out of 10. Now, for the last one, I used a product photo from my previous video with the smoothie skin bottle floating amongst the peach fruit on a pink background. And this one was actually quite good in my opinion because both the bottle is moving and the fruit is moving. So it looks kind of cool, like a short social media animation ad style video. The small text is not perfect, but the main label is perfectly fine, and if you would see this on social media, I think you wouldn't notice the small flaws in the text. This is also a 9 out of 10. But that's it. Now my credits are gone and we have tested Artlist's image to video model. It has some use cases, definitely. It's a bit too limited at the moment and get expensive if you want to generate something that you could actually use in a client project, because I used up all my credits in basically an hour and now I have to wait another month for new credits. Of course you can buy new credits, but this gets quite expensive and cumbersome in the long run. But overall impression, the quality is almost completely usable for social media, for example. And I think that if you use the full HD quality and try to be quite specific in which images you use with the model, you can get some quite cool results. I want to finish off the video by saying thank you so much for the huge support you've been showing me on the previous videos. I did not expect this, and keep leaving your feedback and comments. I try to engage with you as much as possible in the comments. So if you have any suggestions for videos or tools you want me to check out, then please leave them in the comments below. Alright, see you in the next one.